like, no, it works. J.R. Smith. Good morning, people. Focus. Let's stay focused and stop eating that gum and cheese. J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith made his assistant, is his assistant coach, just an assistant, made him eat some gum and cheese. Government. he told his assistant, stop eating that gum and cheese. He threw some soup at it. Government. Oh, God. All right. I'm sorry. It's just too funny. So, JR gets suspended for one game. Not a big deal. Anonymous put me onto this. This morning I saw his message and was like, wait, what? Soup? Why the soup? Okay, so this is the way it looks. It looks like it was like a thing that they do, joking around, and then you talked about J.R. Smith not scoring as a shooting guard, 30%, you know what I'm saying? 8 points in the last game. You might have been like, yeah, but you only had 8 points in the last game, and then here comes the soup. Listen, and the dude is struggling, you know what I'm saying, and then everybody's jaw-jacking. The thing about it is, these are public people, you know what I'm saying, and, everybody's on them, you know what I'm saying, about their performances, and sometimes you just not having a good day, a good year, a good game, whatever, and you lose against the Sixers, you know what I'm saying? And the big African dude that doesn't want to date Rihanna because Rihanna, turned him down when he wasn't known. He's like, now that I'm a superstar, now you want to, come at me. He's like, nah, I don't want to date you. Embiid or whatever his name is, big dude. But nonetheless, so, the Cavs lose against the Sixers. Now, we talked about the Sixers earlier. We talked about them last year. We made a video about the Sixers last year and, about their, starting three and how they have some potential, not this year to see the playoffs, but nonetheless, they have a good foundation that they're building on. So, the Sixers are, they're not necessarily a playoff threat to me at all, but they're getting a lot of notoriety for one. The fans are, starting to stand behind the Sixers. Remember, they were the worst team in the NBA, like year and a half ago? They were the worst team there was. So who they got? Simmons, I think. They got Simmons. They made, a couple good drafts. Got some couple, some fresh legs in there. And now, their star players are all over TV doing commercials and stuff, I think. So you got a team that's creating revenue. And that's just how it goes. You got some good revenue. You're filling the seats. And now you got a team that has the potential to really do something, and, they're making a name for themselves. People are showing up for the games. They're buying the tickets. So when you're going up against a team like that, everybody's talking about, everybody wants to see the superstar play other than LeBron James. They want to see the big three in Philly play. And then you get beat by them. Start making comments, you're going to get some soup. You're going to get some government. That's all there's to it. You're going to get some government cheese. Some people are defending J.R. Smith, but I don't defend him. Not unless it was a joke and then the media took it out of hand, which is, we know happens. It is pretty much why Anonymous asked me to talk about it because, of the skepticism that I have behind all major sports, because I know that they're fixed. But some things in sports are not fixed, I told you guys before, I believe some players are in on it, and I believe some players don't have a clue until they're supposed to. And they keep it like that to keep up the stigma or the facade, the charade. Everybody can't know that it's, just how deep it is when they sign that contract. Or some people will be like, nah, I'm not signing that contract. But once put all the, famous people in front of them, you put the girls, the dancing girls, once you put the big show in front of them, they're just like, Mama, I made it out the hood. I'm going to buy you a new house, Crowder. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do this for my mom's, R.I.P. I think his mom passed. And, you have all that pride and everything behind it. Then then you're like, I'm going to bring you home a ring, and then you get drafted. But nonetheless, the point is the NBA, like all sports, they throw a lot of money at you, and you put a lot of pride into it. So I think it's very easy to piss somebody off, even though they know that it can equal a suspension. And the big thing is how much money they take away from you. So I don't know how much money is taken away from a one-game suspension. I'm going to assume that it's the amount that you would make in one game per your contract. I don't know what J.R. Smith's contract is, but I do know that his contract was pretty much negotiated by LeBron James. Now, of course, you got your lawyers and you got your, all the powers that be, Ty Lue and all that into it. But nonetheless, LeBron James was a big factor on J.R. Smith staying there, not being drafted. Now, when it comes to King James, that's his area. That's his territory. The Cavs belong to King James. We all know this. So, we know that there was a discrepancy between, King James and, J.R. Smith. Last year, before the playoffs, JR wasn't, playing up to his potential. We're starting to see this now. This is where the real conversation is. It's not so much about the soup and getting suspended. It's really about the average, the points averaged, the playing ability, the questionable playing ability, and can you help us get a ring? Like, I'm not, like LeBron is like, I'm 34. Listen, I'm no spring chicken. I'm not running up and down this court for my health. I'm running up and down this court because I need to get four more rings in order to beat out Michael Jordan and eventually Tom Brady. So this is what LeBron is looking to do. He isn't 25. He doesn't have a bunch of years left in him where he's going to be performing at this level. We already see he's slipping in some areas. Even though he is still the best there is, I think a lot of his slippage is frustration. This is why he got rid of, Crowder and Isaiah and, a couple other players who just wasn't coming with it. So that's what the real conversation is. Is J.R. Smith going to bring the noise or is he not? Is he going to wait till playoffs, till April, and then turn it on? Listen, honestly, what I could see LeBron James doing, if Smith continues to be a problem, I could see LeBron James, either saying sit him down or trying to get rid of him in some kind of way. They'll make something happen here. It'll be like, well, you can't trade him anymore because it's too late. And he'll go, Adam Silver, come here. How much money have I made the league since I've been here? How much of that money are you getting? Okay, Cleveland, come here. Let me talk to you guys and sit the GM down and then talk to somebody else and then have them trade it for someone. Anyway, so that's what I think about it. I think the soup is much to do about nothing. It's just a little frustration. But I think the real question is 8 points in a game. You're not playing up to your potential. You know what I'm saying? You're not a rookie. You're not one of the Ball brothers or the only Ball brothers playing. You're J.R. Smith. You're a champion. You have a ring. You know what I'm saying? You've been to the big show. You know what it takes. This is not the mile. Okay, you're running, so long, and you're like, oh, I got time to catch up and win. No, this is the 100. All right, you're gonna go now. We gotta go now. All right, so that's what I think about it. It's your boy Tom 202. Once again, you guys, get yourself saved. Know the Lord Jesus, the Christ King. I'm going to start, getting into some biblical stuff here too. Get some scripture in, then talk about some sports. I don't mind scripture in sports. Uh, that's probably what I'm going to do because, I just feel it's really important that we talk about the Christ King and that we get your soul right because we don't know when you're leaving this earth. All right, it's your boy Tone 202, man. God loves you. Focus on him.